Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula gidelim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squad, and that also means elephant. Okay. 10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bambas. Bamba, okay, Bambas is ducks. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. I buy a computer or quack, and here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, quack sounds vaguely like Hogun and the hok in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that's because it is the exact same Chinese character. Oh, I see. This is Dikhe Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Sine da boy. Posso Milao. Okay, hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise, where we are continuing our Duolingo speedrun and trying to get to the top of the Ruby League. I had made it to second place last night and have already slipped down in that short time to, where am I? 6th. Almost to the relegation zone. This is getting harder to stay on top of each time I move up, which I suppose shouldn't be exactly shocking. But anyway, we're going to start out. I'm going to do some Korean to start out. What have we got here? Where are we? Oh, okay. 학교.
유치원.
유치원. And for people who are also learning Japanese, you'll notice this sounds a little bit like yochiya, the Japanese word for kindergarten. That's because it is actually the same Chinese characters. There are pretty predictable phonetic conversions between Chinese loanwords in Korean, in Japanese, and in Vietnamese. And often they sound almost like the exact same word.
제 딸은 초등학생입니다.
My daughter is an elementary school student. 초등학생.
고등학교.
High school. Okay, and I mean, this is also 고등학교. It's the same words, just pronounced differently.
고등학생이 열심히 공부해요.
The high school student studies hard. 열심히 공부해요.
중학교 선생님,
Middle school teacher.
초등학교, 중학교, 고등학교.
Elementary school, middle school, high school. Let's keep going.
초등학교에 간 후에 중학교에 가세요. 초등학교에 간 후에 중학교에 가세요. 초등학교에 간 후에 중학교에 가세요.
유치원이 어디에 있습니까?
Where is the kindergarten?
너 중학생이야?
Are you a middle school student? And here, okay, this is the first time in Duolingo Korean that I've seen plain speech. Nice to see. And actually, this is a good example of where you would use it, because you would use it with people who are younger than you, for example, significantly younger especially. So, no is the informal, plain way of saying you, and iya is the plain form of ida. Okay. Trying out a new computer layout because we had flooding in the bloody basement last night. And, extensive flooding in the basement. And I started to think that maybe it wasn't a great idea to have my computer right on the floor of this basement that floods so heavily lately. And so now I've got it in a new position. I'm not entirely sold on it, but it's an improvement anyway. I'm probably going to have to rearrange it again.
제 아들은 유치원에 있어요.
My son is at kindergarten. Often you would also say 우리 아들은, even if you're saying my. Sort of family members are often thought of as collectively possessed. So 우리 어머니, 우리 아버지, 우리 삼촌.
저는 고등학교에서 공부를 합니다.
I study at a high school. Ah, shit, I just backwards.
중학생 때가 좋았어요.
My middle school days were good. And now notice, this is an example, this is something Japanese and Korean both do, which is the implied subject. This just says, 중학생 때가 좋았어요, which just means middle school student time, subject particle, was good. That could be anybody's. I mean, you could be referring to somebody else's, you could be referring to yours, you could be referring to ours collectively.
초등학교 어디 다니셨어요?
Where did you go to elementary school? Now here we have another form of speech here, 다니셨어요. Now that she in 다니시다, it's just 다니다, which is to go someplace, often just regularly, or to visit. And she, which is an honorific infix that is stuck into verbs sometimes. Now, 초등학교 어디 다니셨어요 does not, once again, does not have an explicit subject. So this could be anybody that you are speaking honorifically of. Anawa, Uncle Aldo. ¿Cómo va?
고등학생,
High school student.
저는 초등학생입니다.
I am an elementary school student. And here we go, 입니다. That is the formal form. Now, in South Korea, there's a lot more variation in this. Like, you don't, I mean, 입니다 is very formal. It's very polite. But whereas 이에요 is, you know, it's polite, but it's not formal exactly. And then you have the plain speech, you know, 나는 초등학생이야. Which means the same thing, but it's totally without any additional politeness in it. And now in South Korea, and that is sort of the South Korean variation. When in North Korea, you don't really get all that much plain speech. It is relatively more common to be using 예요 and 입니다 than in situations where you use plain speech in South Korea. That is one of various many differences really between northern and southern speech.
초등학생, 중학생, 고등학생.
Elementary school student, middle school student, high school student. What did I get wrong here? Oh, high student school. I got that backwards. That's annoying.
저는 고등학교에서 공부를 합니다.
I study at high school.
초등학생, 중학생, 고등학생.
Middle school student, high school student. Let's just make sure I didn't get that backwards again. Okay. 1 of 5.
교장 선생님은 성함이 어떻게 되세요?
What is the principal's name? 교장. Now, this is another example of a word that also exists exactly the same in Japanese. It's a Chinese loanword. And in Japanese, you would say kocho sensei. That's ko as in gakko, cho as in nagai, and sonseng sensei. And it's just exactly the same. And you just gradually get used to noticing these conversions as if you learn both. Class.
학년.
Grade.
담임 선생님께서 책을 읽고 계세요.
The homeroom teacher is reading a book. And here, again, we have honorific speech. 계속 and 계세요. Now, 계속 is nun or ga, but for people that you're speaking honorifically of. And 계시다 is just 있다, but the honorific form. So 읽고 계세요 means semantically the same thing as 읽고 있다 or 읽고 있어요, but it provides a sort of honorific towards the subject of what you're talking about.
합급 명부.
Okay, class Rhoda.
어려운 한국어 시험,
Difficult Korean test.
6학년 일반
Okay, 6th grade. Homeroom 1. Now, in the south, that's 6. In the north, it's ryuk.
우리 반 친구들 사진.
우리 반
우리 반
친구들
친구들
사진.
사진.
교장 선생님.
Principal 고조 sensei. Okay. 남자는 여자에게
여자에게
장미를 보냈어요.
몇 학년?
What grade? And 학년,学年,
담임 선생님.
담임 sensei, homeroom teacher.
교장 선생님 어디 계세요?
Where is the principal? Again with 계시다 to indicate it's an honorific relationship.
담임 선생님은 학급 명부를 읽어요.
The homeroom teacher reads the class roster. 담임先生は学級名簿を読みます.
2학년.
Second grade.
선생님이 학급 명부를 잃어버렸어요.
The teacher lost the class roster. Two of five.
성적표.
Report card. 成績表. Yeah, same in Japanese.
제 여동생은 의사 시험에 합격했어요.
My little sister passed. 합격. That's the same kanji as gokaku for anyone doing Japanese. The 의사 시험, doctor's exam. Well, yeah, the answer should be accepted. It's the same thing. I don't think that it's called the doctor exam either. I believe the English translation normally would be medical boards.
대부분의 회사들은 실패해요.
Most companies fail. 실패,失敗. 회사,会社. 대부분, 대부분.
오늘 저는 시험을 통과했습니다.
Today I passed the exam. It could also be an exam. Exam.
100점.
Perfect. Or, well, yeah. But 100 points is perfect.
만점.
Full score is what they're looking for, but I mean it's perfect score. 만점.
똑똑한 학생은 칭찬을 받았지만 실패했어요.
The smart student received praise but failed.
학생은 만점을 받아서 선생님께 칭찬을 받았습니다.
학생은 만점을
만점을
받아서
선생님께 학생은 만점을 받아서 선생님께 칭찬을 받았습니다. 칭찬을 받았습니다.
Okay, 게 is another example of this honorific speech. Like 게 is 에게, but the honorific form 에게 or 한테, but honorific.
너는 시험에 합격했니?
And here we have plain speech. No, 했니 is a question form in plain speech. Did you pass the test? お前は試験を合格したの?
아들은 시험에서 빵점을 받았어.
The son received 0 points on the test. 빵점.
시험을 통과 못했어요.
I did not pass the exam. And it's worth noting this is 못했어요. 못 as a negative indicates you weren't able to.
교장 선생님은 학생을 항상 칭찬한다.
The principal always praises the student.
제 친구는 시험에 합격을 못했어요.
My friend did not pass the exam.
시험에서 몇 점을 받았습니까?
How many points did you get on the test? Now, it should be noted here, we don't actually know, it does not specify who is the subject of the speech. You derive that from context. You could use this to refer to somebody you're not talking to, somebody you're talking about who isn't there. Or this could even mean how many points did I get on the test? If you were asking, say, the teacher, somebody you'd be a bit more formal with.
통과했니?
Did you pass? 합격したの?
성적표를 버렸어요.
I threw my report card away. Again, no explicit subject. This is something you gotta get used to in Korean. This could be anyone. Threw away the report card. That's all it says. 성적표를, the report card, or report card object particle, 버렸어요. Threw away. So that could be anybody.
빵점을 받으면 어떡해요?
What do I do if I get 0 points?
제 여동생은 의사 시험에 합격했어요.
My little sister passed the doctor exam.
100점.
100 points. Three of 5.
칠판,
Blackboard.
분필.
Chalk.
자리에 앉아.
Take your seats. Again, this is plain speech.
내 자리는 없어.
네
자리는
자리는 없어.
없어.
There's no seat for you. Again, plain speech.
자리가 없어요.
There is no seat.
표시,
Period. See, the thing about not having Chinese characters in common use is that this can mean various things. Like 교시하다 is to teach. Is to like teach or instruct somebody on some point. You hear this a lot actually in in the introductions to like North Korean textbooks, because they always start out with the teachings of one of the leaders. So it says, 위대한 영도자 김정일 동지께서 다음과 같이 교시하시었다. He taught as follows. But so, without any context, it's actually, there are a number of possibilities, and it took me a second there.
제발 똑바로 말하세요.
Please speak clearly.
점수가 좋지 않지만 통과했습니다.
My score was not good, but I passed. 점수, 텐수, 통과, 통과.
수업이 곧 시작해요.
Class will begin soon. 수업, 주교.
빨간 분필이 많습니다.
There is a lot of red chalk.
합격 점수는 80점입니다.
合格点数は80点だ. The passing score is 80 points.
똑바로 앉아.
Sit up. 똑바로 can mean a lot of things. It can mean being very clear. It can mean being very straight. Like 똑바로 가리라 means let's move straight ahead. Was sit up straight and sit up basically the same thing?
영어는 3교시입니다.
English is third period. I was going to say period 3.
학생은 분필로 칠판에 쓴다.
The student writes on the board with chalk.
성적표에 좋은 점수가 있어요.
There is a good score on the report's card.
교실 칠판이 더럽다.
Uh-huh. A classroom board is dirty.
똑바로 앉아.
Sit up straight. Four of five.
강당,
고도.
체육관,
体育館.
수학여행,
修学旅行. And it should be noted this is South Korean. In the north, that Yohaeng becomes Ryohaeng. So if you read North Korean sources and you see Ryohaeng, it's the same as Yohaeng.
학생들이 잘 발표해요.
The students present well. 발표, 합표.
담임 선생님은 시험 성적을 발표했습니다.
The homeroom teacher announced the scores. Well, 성적, yeah, test scores or grades even.
제 가족은 졸업식에 왔어요.
My family came to the graduation ceremony. And 가족, 가족. 졸업식,卒業式. Once again, I mean, you find a lot of familiar words. If you start from Japanese, which I did when I first started learning Korean, I knew Japanese already. And I was finding, and you just find words that look just a little bit familiar all the time. And that's because they're the same words, they're just pronounced differently.
고등학교를 졸업하지 않은 남자는 누구입니까?
Who is the man who... Oh, that? It should be who, really. I mean, if we're being as pedantic about English grammar as Duolingo often is, it ought to be who. But in colloquial speech, okay. I mean... did not graduate high school.
저는 아직 졸업하지 않았습니다.
저는
아직
졸업하지 않았습니다.
강당에서 만나자.
Let's meet at the auditorium. Now, the polite way of saying that would be 강당에서 만납시다. There's also sort of a lower polite, more polite, intermediate politeness form, you could just say, that you don't hear a lot in South Korea, but is common in North Korea, especially when talking with kids, is 강당에서 만나자요. 자요. Shit, I missed the word meet.
체육관이 어디에 있습니까?
Where is the gym?
올해는 지훈의 성적이 많이 올랐어요.
This year, Ji-hoon's marks went up a lot.
너 발표는 언제야?
When is your presentation?
차고,
차고, 샤고.
졸업식은 언제예요?
When is the graduation ceremony? I mean, you could say when is for like people who are also learning English. You could say just when's graduation. But I'm putting this in this extremely sort of anal retentive way of saying it because I don't know whether Duolingo is going to accept it. And
그 학생은 성적이 나쁜데 졸업했어요.
that student has bad grades but graduated.
교장님은 수학여행을 가요.
The principal goes on a class trip.
누가 졸업식에서 발표할 거야?
Who will present at the graduation ceremony?
수학여행으로 어디 가?
Where are you going on the class trip? Ka, again, plain speech.
강당에서 만나자.
Let's meet at the auditorium. You gotta have like an "Are you sure?" option when there is like a possible. It was something that is like an obvious misclick. Like "Let's at the auditorium" is an example where clearly I knew what the answer was. I just didn't click one of the words. And "Are you sure?" would be nice rather than just immediately marking it wrong. Okay, we've leveled up. Let's see where we are in the league table. I'm 5th place. I was in 2nd last night at like 2 in the morning when 3 in the morning when I finished up. 633. What do I have to get to get to 1st? 1530. Okay, that's going to be rough. But we can definitely move up a little bit. And it's time for the iMask of randomization. And where are we going? Danish. The most the real outlier in pronunciation of all the Scandinavian languages, because it just doesn't pronounce a lot of the letters. Like, the other ones can pronounce them in unexpected ways. Danish just kind of gives them a miss. It's like the Chilean of Scandinavia. Like, hey, what 3 whole consonants in this word? No way. We're bringing that down to 1 somehow. Don't ask us how.
로,
Lo. To remember that glottal stop at the end. Lo. Hans blått skort. Oh yeah, it's blå. Rød.
볼,
Rød. Rød.
rødt,
Fi.
hvid,
Fi.
Sort. Det er grønt.
It is green. Det er grønt. Grønt.
grønt. Mit æg er gult.
My egg is yellow. Mit æg er gult.
Den sorte kat.
Den sorte kat. The black cat.
Hendes sko er hvide.
Hendes sko er hvide. Shoes are white.
De blå sko.
De blå sko. The blue shoes.
Drengen spiser det røde æble.
Drengen spiser det røde æble. The boy is eating the red apple. Greinten. I mean, that's actually, when I think of that glottal, that's actually very German. Vin,
Vin,
hun,
hun,
and,
and.
vi, grøn.
Grønt.
Manden spiser en sort ost.
Manden spiser en sort ost.
Kvinden har en hvid kjole. Kvinden har en
En hvid
hvid
kjole.
kjole.
Vi spiser gule appelsiner.
Vi spiser gule appelsiner. Blå. Orange.
Orange.
Orange. Lilla.
Lilla.
Lilla.
De har lilla sko.
De har lilla sko. They have purple shoes. Brun.
Brun.
Brun. Brun. Grå.
En grå hund og en mørk kat.
En grå hund og en mørk kat. A gray dog and a dark cat. Mørk.
Orange er en farve.
Orange er en farve. Orange is a color.
Nej, en appelsin er ikke en farve.
Nej, en appelsin er ikke en farve. Nej, en appelsin er ikke en farve.
Hun drikker en mørk øl.
Hun drikker en mørk øl. She's drinking a dark beer. Sounds good.
Mine bukser har farver.
Mine bukser har farver. My pants have colors.
Pigerne spiser farverige frugter.
Pigerne spiser farverige frugter. The girls eat colorful fruit.
Den brune bjørn spiser et brunt jordbær.
Den brune bjørn spiser et brunt jordbær. The brown bear eats a brown strawberry.
Manden drikker en lys øl.
Manden drikker en lys øl. Man is drinking a light beer. Sacrilege. Lys.
Lys.
Æg.
Æg.
Æg. Vand.
Vand.
Lys.
Lys.
Mad.
Mad. Vi. En
En
grå
rå
hund
hund.
og en mørk
mørk
kat.
kat.
Det er en
en
farverig
fugl.
fugl. Two, three. Blå. Okay. Lyserød.
Lyserød.
Lyserød.
Har du et lyseblåt æg?
Har du et lyseblå æg? Do you have a light blue egg?
Kvinden drikker en mørkerød vin.
Kvinden drikker en mørkerød vin. The woman drinks a dark red wine. Oh, that also sounds good.
Lyserød og mørkerød.
Lyserød og mørkerød.
De har vores mørkeblå jakkesæt.
Det har vores mørkeblå jakkesæt. They have our dark blue suits. Mørkeblå.
Mørkeblå. Det er mit mørkeblå æg.
Det er mit mørkeblå æg.
Jeg spiser dit lyserøde jordbær.
Jeg spiser de lyserøde jordbær. I am eating your pink strawberry.
Lysegrøn og mørkegrøn.
Lysegrøn og mørkegrøn. Light, bright green and dark green. Mørkegrønne.
Mørkegrønne. En vegetar spiser den lysegrønne citron.
En vegetar spiser den lysegrønne citron.
Pigen har en lyserød kjole og mørkerøde sko. En lyserød kjole og mørkerøde
Sko.
sko.
Røde sko.
Lyseblå og mørkeblå.
Lyseblå og mørkeblå. Mørkegrønne.
Det er hendes mørkegrønne kjole.
Det er hendes mørkegrønne kjole. Lyseblå og mørkeblå. Fuglen har et lysegrønt æg. Let me just test that audio out for a second. The air conditioner's coming in pretty loud. Let me see if I can bring it. Let's bring the mic in a little bit closer. Let me see if I can bring it. Let's bring the mic in a little bit closer. Yeah, AC is still pretty loud. Sorry about that. Okay. And we've leveled up. Let's see where we are in the world of the Ruby League table. Okay, we've moved up to 4th place. We are gradually closing in. It is getting tougher each time to stay on top of these things. But in any case, it is time for a new language. And as always, we're going to put on the eye mask of randomization and see where it takes us. Viewers can also choose any language on Duolingo for me just by giving me a follow on Twitch or a sub on YouTube, and $5 to my Patreon, the link for which you can find up at top. That always makes me very happy, because the more contributions I get, the more I can really kind of continue with this and spend more time on it. But for now, let's just choose a language. Turkish. I haven't done Turkish in a bit. I like Turkish. Turkish is fun. It's an agglutinative language. I love those. Turkcell. Dating title. Okay, negation, part 3. The negation of
İstanbul'da
negation.
araba kullanmam.
I do not drive in Istanbul. Literally, araba kullanmak just means use car.
Sen evde gazete okumazsın.
You do not read newspapers at home.
Bu saatte hiç otobüs gelmez.
No bus comes at this time.
Ben onunla konuşmak istemem.
I do not want to talk to her. Of course, this can also be him. O is gender neutral.
Aslında Çin yemeklerini sevmem.
I actually do not like Chinese food.
Ben kışın çilek yemem.
I do not eat kushun chilek. Yeah, strawberries, I think. Oh. Kushun in winter. Okay,
Ben
got it.
yazın portakal yemem.
Ben yazın portakal yemem.
Annem gider gitmez seni aradım.
Let me see. Annem gider gitmez. Seni aradım. Gider gitmez is as soon as, I think. Called you as soon as my mother left. Interesting how many languages have that pattern. And they have that in Korean too, actually. Like, you would say kazamaza, which means went, didn't go. Gider gitmez, goes, doesn't go.
Yemeği pişirir pişirmez seninle konuşacağım.
As soon as I cook food, I will talk to you. Yeah, he's once again pişirir pişirmez. Does, cooks, doesn't cook.
Pişirmez.
Artık sana yemek ye demem.
I will not sana yemek ye demem. Tell you to eat. Yemek ye demem. Literally say eat food from now on.
Okumam. Genelde o kelimeyi kullanmayız.
Genelde o kelimeyi kullanmayız.
Biz asla kötü şeyler demeyiz. Biz asla kötü şeyler demeyiz.
I forgot şeyler.
Ocak ayında
hastanede çalışmayı sevmez.
O parka gitme. Onlar
genelde cuma günü okula gelmezler.
Ben kışın çilek yemem.
I do not eat strawberries in winter. Interesting. Okay, that would confuse me the first time. Is I was not looking for kushun is genitive. It's possessive. But so it's all when you say in a season. Apparently in Turkish it is of a season. Kushun.
Biz asla kötü şeyler demeyiz. Biz asla kötü şeyler demeyiz.
And that asla you will also find in a modified form in Hindi. Asal me. That also means actually. Asal, and then like aslu. Okay. 690. We're moving in on third place. Jorge 89 is just above us. And it is... Okay, did I just level up there? Yeah, I did. Okay. So, time for new language. So, I love this randomization thing. Ether Polyglot had a great idea there, because I don't know what I'm choosing. I just know it's going to be something unexpected, probably. Where are we going? Vietnamese. Haven't done Vietnamese in a bit. This is nice to see. This is one that I really want to spend some time on, actually. Okay, ordinal numbers.
Quả cam đầu tiên.
Quả cam đầu tiên. Đầu tiên. The first orange. Đầu tiên, I guess, is first.
Nó là con chim cuối cùng của tôi.
Nó là con chim cuối cùng của tôi. Okay, it is cung. My last bird. Okay, cung is last.
Bạn thích chiếc ví thứ 5 của cô ấy không?
Bạn thích chiếc ví thứ năm của cô ấy không? Do you like chiếc ví thứ 5? Her fifth purse, I think. Said chiếc ví thứ 5.
Đây là lần đầu tiên bạn học tiếng Việt.
Đây là lần đầu tiên bạn học tiếng Việt. Is this the first time you learn Vietnamese? And notice we have some interesting sentence structure information, very worthwhile. Because this says đây là lần đầu tiên. This is first time bạn học tiếng Việt. You study Vietnamese or learn Vietnamese. So that's how straightforward the word order is. It's lovely. Like, yeah, in some languages there would be some very complicated structure, but it's very straightforward in Vietnamese.
Đứa trẻ đọc quyển sách lần thứ 2. Trẻ đọc quyển sách. Đứa trẻ đọc quyển sách lần thứ 2. Lần thứ 2.
Reads the book lần thứ 2, second time.
Anh ấy là người bạn đầu tiên của tôi.
He is my first friend.
Người đầu tiên là anh ấy.
The first person is him.
Tôi mua chiếc máy tính thứ 10 của tôi.
I buy my computer, 10th computer, máy tính thứ 10.
Ai là người cuối cùng?
Who is the last person? Cuối cùng.
Người đàn ông thứ 13.
The 13th man.
Đó là lần thứ 3 tôi ủng hộ cô ấy.
Đó là lần thứ 3 tôi ủng hộ cô ấy. That is the lần thứ 3, third time I ủng hộ, support her.
Thứ 6, thứ 7 và thứ 8.
Okay, 7th, 8th, and thứ 8, and 9th. No, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Họ không muốn là những người cuối cùng.
They do not want to be the last people. Muốn là.
Lần đầu tiên bạn học tiếng Việt.
is this your... Didn't we just have this? First time studying Vietnamese.
Tôi là người đầu tiên yêu cô ấy.
I am the first person to love her. Okay, that's a weird statement. That's some stalker shit. Okay, and we've leveled up. Where are we now? We are up in third place, 705, 100 short of second, and 800 short of first. Clarissa must be doing like nothing but bloody Duolingo. So far today, just to recap, we've done Vietnamese, we've done Turkish, Danish, Korean, and that's it so far. And now let's find out what we're going to do now. Irish. One of the languages I know the least. Okay, Eclipsis, now we're doing some Lenition. Shevu. She has a peach. Tapechogek aki.
Ismalum an féitseog.
I like the peach. Ismalum and fecho. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free.
Den úl.
Den ul. Of the apple?
Tá de bhilseán agam.
I have Vilchon. Broccoli. Bullet. Do Vilchon. Okay, yeah, of course. You're sweet.
Tá siúcra sa bhilseán.
The sweet. There is sugar in the sweet. Tan fer sa Kusner? The man is in the fridge. What happened here? Like, is he looking for something, or is he being refrigerated? And if so, how did he get there?
Den chalín.
Of the girl. Den chalín. There's no of. Off the girl? Shouldn't it be of?
Tá péiteog sa chuisneoir.
There is a peach in the fridge. Tá péiteog sa chuisneoir. Chuisneoir. Of the boy. Okay, so that was a typo. I thought that was a typo. Den Vuchel. Tá an féidseo sa chúisneir.
Conas atá de bhil seán.
How is your sweet? Conas atá do bhil seán.
Tá an féiteog agus na mil seán sa chúisneir.
The peach and the sweets are in the fridge.
Tá mil seán sa chúisneir.
Tá milseán sa chúisneir
Dún warteol.
of the vartiol. I think that's animal? Of the beef. Right.
Tá de bhil seán agam.
I have your sweet
Dún chalín.
off the girl. Sorry for the
Dún
hiccups.
warteol.
Of the beef. Den vartiol. Oh wow, okay, we're leveling up quickly now. Okay, in third, just barely. So we're going to keep going, and it is time for a new language. And where have we ended up? Bloody hell, it's Latin. Maledictio. Lingua Latina est, I believe is how one translates that. Okay. Latin culiao fome, weón. Pavimentum. Piscis.
Mercatores pisces in foro vendunt.
The market.
Olivae pingues sunt.
The olives are penguins. Are fat, I guess. Fat olives? I didn't know that you could have chonk olives. Piscis tui sunt pingues.
Piscem pulsas.
You hit fish. Why are you hitting fish? Okay? Why are you hitting fish? Just stop hitting fish.
Piscem pinguem velim.
Piscem pinguem velim, like a fat fish. Yeah, I mean, for the memes.
Plurimae lectiones in libro sunt.
There are many lecciones. Are we saying? I would have thought lecciones would be lessons. We're saying that's chapters in the book. Oh, very many. Okay.
Plurima sepulchra Romae sunt.
There are very many graves in Rome.
Plurimi pisces tibi placent.
You like very many fish. I mean, doing this is just convincing me. I've never done anything really with Latin. This is just convincing me that actually, if you know a bunch of Romance languages, you really don't need to bother with it. Because you will understand a lot of it anyway.
Pisces in pavimentum iacio.
I throw the fish onto... Oh, well, I guess I throw fish onto the floor.
Unde venio?
Where do you come from? Where do I come from?
Ego plurimos pisces iacio.
I throw very many fish. What are you doing, a bit? Why are you throwing fish? First you're hitting the fish, now you're throwing them?
Tu plurimos pisces in pavimentum iacis.
You throw very many fish onto the floor. Okay. Why? Okay. Okay, I've decided I like Duolingo Latin better than I thought. Because these are just ridiculous sentences, and I'm there for it. Could we have more of these ridiculous sentences, please?
Piscis in pavimento est.
The fish is on the floor.
Comes pisces in pavimentum iacit.
In.
Okay.
Plurimi pisces in ludo non sunt.
There are not many, well, very many fish in the school. Okay, now I'm kind of curious whether ludus also means school, as in school of fish.
Plurimi lectiones in libro sunt.
Are very many chapters in the book.
Unde venio?
Do I come from? Okay, 1 of 4. Mensa.
Mensas iacimus.
We throw tables. We're just throwing all sorts of shit in Duolingo Latin. What kind of rampage are we going on here? Salsus.
Pisces salsi mihi placent.
I like salty fish.
Femina pecuniosa psittacomigratum habet.
Woman has an angry parrot. Yeah, because you're not letting the parrot throw the tables. Parrots love throwing shit. That's like they live to just drop stuff and listen to the noise it makes. It's like their favorite thing ever. Let the parrot throw some tables.
Piscem in mensam iacit.
She throws the fish on the table. Oh, I see. And then they throw the table as a means of throwing fish more efficiently.
Mensa vestra mihi placet.
I like your table. It's interesting. It's vestra. I would have thought vostra. Because in every language that every Romance language, that's spelt with an O.
Triclinium pavimentum habet.
The dining room has a floor, I think.
Placetne tibi piscis salsus?
Do you like salty fish?
Quod triclinia habetis?
How many dining rooms do you have?
Contubernales in triclinio sunt.
The comrades are in a dining room. Are the comrades like setting the tables up that we've been throwing?
Vir pecuniosus vinum gustat.
The rich man tastes wine.
Carum est salsum.
The sauce is salty. Oh, the fish
Femina
sauce.
pecuniosa vinum et garum habet.
Habet.
Tu garum gustas.
You taste the fish sauce. I actually had a YouTube recommendation come up, like one of these. I follow these cooking channels on how to make garum, and I've never watched it. It just that it was the. I just remember it saying something like it was the official condiment of ancient Rome or something.
Garum salsum gusto.
I taste the salty fish sauce.
Garum et pisces gustamus.
We taste fish and fish sauce. Oh, I got it backwards.
Garum est salsum.
The fish sauce is salty. These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Garum et pisces gustamus.
Taste fish sauce and fish. Okay, ossa.
Ossa in pavimentum jacimus.
We throw the bones onto the floor. Yeah, throwing everything else on there, why not? Caro.
Piscis ossa habet.
A fish has bones.
Mercator carnes vendit.
The merchant sells meats.
Caro est salsa.
The meat is salty.
In caupona sunt mensae.
There are tables in the Kaupona. I guess that's in? Sounds like kaupunki.
Marcus vinum in caupona gustat.
In.
Carnem salsam habemus.
We have salty meat.
Cauponae in urbe mihi placent.
I like the inns in the city.
Comites pecuniosi nobis placent.
We like rich comrades.
Mensa nostra vobis placet.
You like our table. And guess what? We're gonna throw the thing, apparently.
Multas cauponas in foro visitatis.
Many inns in the forum. Sounds good to me.
Mensa nobis placet.
We like the table.
Corinna nobis crustula jacit.
Corina throws cookies to us. Oh, thank you, Corina. Placetne vobis hoc garum. Mensa nostra vobis placet.
Placet.
Three or four. Ovum.
Ovum non est caro.
An egg is not meat. Patella, which later becomes kneecap.
Multas patellas habemus.
We have many kneecaps or plates. Poculum. It's interesting to see which Latin words did not get picked up in the modern Romance languages. Like, I can't think of... no, wait a second. Poculum. That did get picked up. But in German, Pokal. Like the World Cup, Weltpokal. I guess that's Poculum Mundi. Poculum Mundiale.
Marcus ovum in poculum jacet.
Marcus throws the egg into the cup. Why not?
Quid bibit Marcus?
What does Marcus drink? I don't know. Something that's making him throw shit, so it's probably Buckfast.
Pavones sunt pingues.
The peacocks are fat. Fat shaming the peacocks. I like... Oh, damn it, I misclicked the peacock's fish.
Placentne tibi patellae meae?
Do you like my kneecaps?
Pavo est pinguis.
The peacock is Chonk.
Pocula in pavimento sunt.
The cups are on the floor. Sorry about that.
Carum non bibis.
You do not drink fish sauce. Bạn không uống nước mắm.
Patella et poculum sunt in mensa.
The plate and the cup are on the table.
Vinum non bibo.
Vinum non bibo.
Pavones pingues nobis placent.
We like chonk peacocks.
Placet ne tibi pavo?
You like the peacock? Interesting. Like in Spanish, pavo becomes turkey, whereas peacock is pavo real.
Ego ovum in caupona jacio.
Throw the egg in an inn. Well, that's a way to get barred.
Pavones sunt
The
pingues.
peacocks are chunky. Okay, and we have leveled up. And where are we? 771, and we're in third place. And we're edging in on second. And it's time to pick another language. After throwing all sorts of shit and looking at chonk penguins. I mean, not penguins. Peacocks. And where have we ended up? Ukrainian. Cool. Do some Ukrainian. But I think first I'm going to take a little break. Just be a couple of minutes. Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
Okay, we've leveled up, and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units, somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is sword, and that also means elephant. Okay. 10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bambas. Okay, Bambas is ducks. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. I buy a computer or quack, and here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, quack sounds vaguely like Hogun and the hok in Hogun in Korean or Iwaku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character. Oh, I see. This is Dikhe Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That also means. How are the boys? Sine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. When is it? Proteine. Udros. Protopulo. In the designated chicken-eating area, obviously.
Liv.
Monsieur.
See.
Livre. Liwe, livla.
Maciej. Yeah. Sí. Wysoki. Maciej. Proč? Inter. Počkej. A. Sí.
Oedden coginio panas. Jacob. Hefed. Hefed. Hefed. Hefed. Hek. Hek. Hek.
Mwalimu.
This is Arabic. And it's from Mu'allim.
Juma ni mwalimu mke.
Oh, thanks to cat sons. Meow and the pictures of the fish. They were well.
Sööpä. Hupu. Yrittävä. Huraista. Omena.
Are in the city. Okay, and we are back, and we're going to be doing some Ukrainian now. And our quest to get to the top of the Ruby League. Жінка.
Жінка.
Ця жінка слухає музику.
This woman is listening to music. Okay. Дитина.
Дитина.
Дві дівчинки вчать англійську мову. Хлопчик.
Хлопчик.
Дитина.
Дитина.
Дитина.
Це наші діти.
These are our children.
Куди йдуть ваші діти? Куди і ваші
Діти.
Моя сестра підліток.
My sister is a підліток. Подростка.
Вона грає з хлопчиком.
She is playing with a boy.
Ці хлопці не грають у баскетбол.
These boys do not play basketball. Хлопці.
Хлопці.
Just make sure I got my mic on and everything. And Audioausgabe, Aufnahme ist ja auch da.
Це людина.
It is a person.
Ви бачили дитину в кімнаті.
Did you see a child in the room?
Куди йдуть ці дівчата?
Where are these girls going? Чиї?
Чий.
Ваше.
Ваше.
Дівчата.
Дівчата.
Сік.
Сік.
Вже.
Вже.
Підлітки слухають.
Підлітки слухають музику. Дівчинка.
Дівчинка.
Моя двоюрідна сестра читала це.
My cousin read this.
Молодь знає цей театр.
The youth knows this theater.
Молодь любить
Молодь любить відпочивати у парку.
У мене є 3 племінниці.
I have 3 nieces. Племінниці.
Племінниці.
Молоді люди працюють у селі.
Young people work in a village.
Що робив твій племінник вчора?
What did your nephew do yesterday?
Яке населення у Денвері?
What is the population of Denver?
Населення.
Яке населення у Києві?
Яке
населення у
Києві?
Києві?
Племінники.
Племінники.
Спорт.
Спорт.
Вода.
Вода.
Салат.
Салат.
Молодь.
Молодь.
А.
Моя племінниця програміст у банку.
Ти знаєш його.
Ти знаєш його? Це мій двоюродний рідний брат Марк. This is another example where Ukrainian will use an I where Russian uses an O. Like, use the word двоюрідний брат. That also exists in Russian. It's a двоюродний брат. Погано.
Погано.
Дуже.
Дуже.
Як.
Як?
Ліпень.
Липень.
Молоді.
Молоді.
Мій. Тато.
Тато.
Не
Не
молодий.
молодий.
Що
Що робив
твій племінник
племінник
вчора?
вчора? Вона розумна жінка.
She is a smart woman.
Моя подруга песимістка.
My friend is a pessimist.
Моя сестра оптимістка.
My sister is an optimist.
Вони не скептики.
They are not skeptics.
Мій брат дуже весела людина.
My brother is a very cheerful person. У мене є дуже веселий друг. Oh right, of course.
Ти не ідеаліст.
You are not an idealist.
Мої друзі сильні молоді люди.
My friends are strong young people.
Він дуже слабкий програміст.
He is a very weak programmer.
Мій брат дуже слабкий.
Мій брат дуже слабкий. Ідеалісти.
Ідеалісти.
Вона слабка
Вона слабка журналістка. Батьки.
Мені.
Рахунок.
Фрукти. Скептики.
Скептики. Я скептик.
Я скептик.
Вони молоді і розумні. І розумні. Ти песиміст чи оптиміст?
Ти песиміст чи оптиміст? Ти сильний, а він слабкий. У мене є дуже веселий друг. Okay, we've leveled up. Let's see where that takes us on the league table. Oh, we are in second place. Again, just barely. Yay, very good news, and hello Shakespeare, thank you for joining us. We are just about to pick another language. We just got done doing some Ukrainian, and before that it was Latin, where we had chonk olives and people throwing stuff everywhere. Irish, where there was a man in a fridge. Vietnamese, Turkish, Danish, and Korean. And now we're going to find out what we're doing next. Good to hear about kiwi farms. It's about bloody time. Time for random selections. Hindi! Yay! Like Hindi. It's another one I'm trying to get better at. Okay. As we make our way, closing in on first place, although, wow, we have quite a ways to go.
राज मुझसे छोटा है.
राज मुझसे छोटा है. I have been working on Hindi on and off since I was 14, so nearly 30 years. A Mumbai accent? Honestly, I don't really know accents in Hindi. What makes you say Mumbai? Raj is younger than me.
पीटर की चाची सो रही है.
Peter की चाची सो रही है. Peter's aunt is sleeping.
राज और नेहा भाई बहन हैं.
राज और नेहा भाई बहन हैं. Raj and Neha are siblings.
मेरी छोटी बहन सो रही है.
My younger sister is sleeping.
पीटर मुझसे बड़ा है.
Peter is older than me. मुझसे बड़ा है.
राज के चाचा खा रहे हैं.
राज के चाचा खा रही है. Raj's uncle is eating.
ये लोग बहुत बड़े हैं.
These people are very old.
जूलिया मेरी बहन से बड़ी है.
Julia is older than my sister.
ये लोग तुमसे छोटे हैं.
ये लोग तुमसे छोटे
हैं. क्या तुम भाई बहन हो?
Are you siblings? French, Mandarin, and some others. Like the one that I started teaching myself the earliest is Russian. That I was 5 years old when I started to work on that. Just because the alphabet fascinated me. And then I guess number 2 would have been Japanese. And then throughout the 90s it was French and Italian and Norwegian and Swedish and Finnish and Hungarian and bunches of others.
मेरे पिता के भाई मेरे चाचा हैं.
My father's brother is my uncle.
आमिर की चाची हर दिन फल खाती है.
आमिर की चाची हर दिन फल खाती है. Amir's aunt eats fruits every day.
मेरे चाचा और चाची दिल्ली से हैं.
My aunt and uncle are from Delhi. The alphabet, like the letter U and the letter J and the letter D, all just looked really, really cool to me when I was like 5 years old. I was like, okay, I gotta learn everything about it. And then, this was the 80s, so, Soviet Union was being seriously demonized. I was picking up on that when people heard I was learning Russian and everything, and how they were always the baddies in the movies and stuff. And that made me want to know more because that just struck me, and plus it was like as hard to get in touch, nearly as hard to like actually talk to people from Russia, or living in the Soviet Union, as it is now to like, have a chat to people in North Korea. So that just made me extremely curious. And then, it just kind of kept going. Oh, uncle and aunt. I got it backwards.
मेरे चाचा और चाची दिल्ली से हैं.
My chacha or chachi, uncle and aunt. That just sounds wrong in English. I can't explain why. And aunt are from Delhi, because Delhi is the only place name that Duolingo Hindi has.
माता पिता.
Parents. And actually, there's in English, you often, instead of mata pita, you will hear mum dad, Mary mum dad.
यह मेरा परिवार है.
This is my family. ये मेरा परिवार है. Yeah, I mean, it's always Delhi. It's never Mumbai. It's never, Bengaluru. Never Kolkata. It's always Delhi.
आमिर की मामी केला खाती हैं.
आमिर की मामी केला खाती है. Amir's mother eats a banana. Mommy is also aunt? I thought that was chachi. Is that like maternal aunt and paternal aunt or something?
जूलिया के मामा बीमार हैं.
Julia's uncle is sick.
मेरे माता पिता मुझसे प्यार करते हैं.
My parents love me.
मैं तुमसे हमेशा प्यार करूंगा.
Me? Okay, that's kind of going to be confusing to people, I think, since there isn't context to establish any reason why she's using, actually, karunga is the masculine ending. But the voice does not sort of match with that without additional context. Like, these verbs in Hindi are gendered. Like, I would say pyar karungi.
मैं तुमसे हमेशा प्यार करूंगा.
मैं तुमसे हमेशा प्यार करूंगा. It's a Dolly Parton song. और मैं तुमसे हमेशा प्यार करूंगी. Actually, that wasn't bad considering that I had never ever attempted to sing that in Hindi.
मेरी मामी बहुत सुंदर हैं.
My aunt is very beautiful. बहुत सुंदर है.
आमिर अपने परिवार से प्यार करता है.
Amir loves his family.
जूलिया नेहा से प्यार नहीं करती है.
Julia does not love Neha.
आमिर के माता पिता दिल्ली से हैं.
Amir's parents are from Delhi.
उसकी माँ के भाई उसके मामा हैं.
His mother's brother is his uncle. Okay, so I'm guessing Chacha would be father's brother.
आमिर की मामी केला खाती हैं.
Amir's aunt eats a banana.
राज की पत्नी खेल रही है.
राज की पत्नी खेल रही है. Raj's wife is playing.
तुम्हारी माँ की बहन तुम्हारी मौसी हैं.
Your mother's sister is your aunt. तुम्हारी माँ की बहन तुम्हारी मौसी है.
हमारा रिश्ता क्या है?
What is our relationship? हमारा रिश्ता क्या है?
उसका पति कौन है?
Who is her husband?
आमिर जूलिया का पति है.
Ahmed? Ahmed guy?
आमिर
Julia का
का
पति
पति.
है. Oh, I forgot hey.
पीटर
Bollocks.
की पत्नी खा रही है.
Peter's wife. Oh, no. His wife is eating.
मौसा बीमार नहीं हैं.
Uncle is not ill.
मैं आपकी पत्नी नहीं हूँ.
I am not your wife.
उनका रिश्ता अच्छा है.
Their relationship is good.
यह रिश्ता बुरा है.
This relationship is bad.
मेरी मौसी के पति मेरे मौसा हैं.
My aunt's husband is my uncle. It just occurred to me. Need to charge my phone because I have a pickup order and they require you to check in using the app. Okay, मेरे मौसी की पति मेरे मौसा है.
जूलिया के मौसा उसकी मौसी से प्यार करते हैं.
जूलिया के मौसा उसकी मौसी से प्यार करते हैं. Julia's uncle loves her aunt.
आमिर जूलिया का पति है. आमिर
जूलिया
का
पति
है.
है. Three or four. पड़ोसी.
हम रिश्तेदार नहीं हैं.
We are not relatives. रिश्तेदार. Okay, so rishta is relationship. Rishtedar is relatives, people who are in a relationship of some kind.
मेरे फूफा नाचते नहीं हैं.
My fufa. Fufa, is that another kind of uncle? Does not dance. Fufa, okay. There are lots of words for uncles.
जूलिया पीटर की बुआ है.
Julia is Peter's bua. Like, okay. There is a very complicated system of aunts and uncles, is what I'm getting out of this. But I'm not really retaining anything other than that these words mean aunt, uncle. I'd need like a chart to make sense out of this.
उसके पिता की बहन उसकी बुआ है.
उसके पिता.
उसके
पिता. की बहन. Sorry. उसकी बुआ है. उसकी बुआ है.
हम पड़ोसी हैं.
We are neighbors. हम पड़ोसी हैं.
आमिर नेहा का पड़ोसी है.
Amir is Neha's neighbor.
आमिर के फूफा गाते हैं.
Okay, Amir's uncle sings. Fufa, bua, chacha, chachi, mama, mami.
क्या वह तुम्हारी रिश्तेदार है?
Is she your relative?
ये लोग मेरे रिश्तेदार हैं.
These people are my relatives.
बुआ के पति फूफा होते हैं.
Aunt's husband is uncle, I think. Yeah. And we've leveled up. And notes for course creators, some more context would be good. Because just to work out all these different aunt-uncle relationships, all these different terms for it, it's quite complicated, and you really would need some more context to do that justice. Because what I picked up from that is words for aunts and uncle. It's basically it. I've not actually picked up really how we know which one to use in a particular case. So my main takeaway from that is that kinship terms in Hindi related to uncles and aunts are bloody complicated. And where have we ended up? Norwegian. Okay, so that's 2 Scandinavians today. Norwegian, the one with the pronunciation that is relatively straightforward. Days.
Jeg liker ikke mandager.
You don't like Mondays.
En dag er ikke en uke.
A day is not a week.
Vi spiser pasta på tirsdager.
We eat pasta on Tuesdays. You have an exciting life.
Synger han på tirsdager.
Synger han på tirsdager.
På onsdager går vi i rosa.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Wow, I mean, God, this is a fulfilling and exciting agenda for a life. Like, and what day do you
Avisen
defecate
kommer
on?
på mandager og onsdager.
Avisen kommer på mandager og onsdager.
Barna drikker ikke brus på hverdager.
The children do not drink soda on weekdays. Brus, brause.
De arbeider på hverdager.
De arbeider på hverdager. We work on the weekdays. Onsdag. Norge. Sammen. Hit. Tirsdag. Han. Tirsdag. Aldri. Uke. Hans. Salte. Hvordan.
Hvor mye overtid har du denne uken?
Hvor mye overtid har du denne uken? It's interesting. Sometimes it will mark me correct before I've finished saying it.
Et.
Men. Uke. Ti. Inne.
Dette er enkel
hverdagsmat. Barna drikker ikke brus på hverdager. Avisen kommer på mandager og onsdager. The tone of these recordings reminds me of the Daleks.
studerer du i helgene?
Do you study on the weekends?
Vi arbeider ikke på lørdager.
We do not work on Saturdays.
Telefonselgere jobb.
Telefonselgere jobber på lørdager.
I dag er det torsdag.
Today it's Thursday. Torsdag.
På fredag kommer brevet.
On Friday, the letter is coming. Fredag.
Søndag er solens dag.
Sunday is the day of the sun. På lørdag og søndag er det helg.
Jeg kjører til jobb på torsdag.
Jeg kjører til jobb på torsdager. Ham. Fredag.
Hva?
Inne.
Hvor?
Hva gjør du til helgen?
Hva gjør du til helgen? Inget. Engelsk. Fredag. Salte.
Hvem? Natt.
Kvinnen vil ikke jobbe.
Kvinnen vil ikke jobbe på søndager.
Jeg løper dit hver lørdag. Jeg løper dit. Hver lørdag. Jeg løper dit hver lørdag.
Telefonselgere jobber på lørdager. Jeg studerer alltid i helgen. Okay, we've leveled up, and we've got time to do one more, and then I have to go and pick up my tomatoes. 898 XP. Oh, and Sam Cepeda is just right behind me, and Clarissa has shown up as well. So, and it's time to pick one last language. And what have we picked? Welsh. Good to see Welsh. I haven't seen Welsh in a little bit. Dialects. Okay, this could be interesting. Mer. Which is always funny because you see that also on the toilet door a lot of the time. But when it's like an event venue, it could also be merch. Hogyn.
Ydy'r hogyn yn hoffi'r gwaith?
Does the boy like work? Bachgen.
Da chi'n gweithio ym Mangor?
Do you work in Bangor? Okay, I was wondering if we were ever going to get to the fact that North Welsh says things in somewhat of a different way, and it's nice to see that we've gotten there.
Mae hi'n bwrw glaw nawr.
It is raining now. And one of the fun ones is, in South Wales, you say nawr for now. The word for now up north is nawr spelled backwards, rwan. Nawr.
Ydy'r bachgen yn hoffi chwarae rygbi?
Does the boy like playing rugby?
Le mae'r ferch yn mynd?
Where is the girl going?
Mae 'na ddwy hogan yn y car.
There are two Hogan, is that... I would have thought that was boys. Is that... Okay, we're saying in the car. Is that girls? Okay, Hogan. Okay, I would not have guessed that. Hogan.
Da chi'n hoffi'r hogan? Chi hoffi
Hogan.
Dwi eisiau mynd rwan.
Yeah, there we go. Ruan. That's now or backwards. I want to go now. Sich.
Sich.
Ruan.
Rwan.
Gweddol.
Gweddol.
Clywed.
Clywed.
Beic. Heddiw.
Heddiw.
Gwyn.
Gwyn.
Bachgen.
Bachgen.
Panas.
Panas.
Bloody parsnips again. Uwchben. Nawr.
Nawr.
Buwch.
Buwch.
Cymraeg.
Cymraeg.
Yoga. Treifl.
Ydy'r hogyn yn hoffi'r gwaith?
Does the boy like the work? Okay. Dynes.
Dynes.
Mae dynes yn y siop.
There is a woman in the shop. Menu.
Menyw.
Menyw yw'r heddwas newydd.
The woman is a new headwas. Is that cop? Oh. Okay, yeah.
Dyw Megan ddim yma.
Megan is not here.
Dewi Lingo ydi o.
He is Dewi Lingo.
Hogan ysgol ydy hi.
She is a schoolgirl.
Owen yw e.
He is Owen.
Merch yw hi.
She is a girl. Monkey.
Monkey.
Ja.
Ja.
Super.
Super.
Saith.
Saith.
Dynes.
Dyw'r ferch ddim yn hoffi'r bachgen.
The girl does not like the boy.
Sioned yw hi.
She is Sioned.
Ydy hi eisiau prynu ffrog newydd?
Does she want to buy a new dress?
Dyw Sioned ddim yn bwyta siocled.
Sioned does not eat chocolate. More for me, good.
Dyn ydy o.
He is a man.
Gareth yw e.
He is Gareth.
Pwy yw hi? Y ferch yn y car.
Who is she? The girl in the car.
Menyw yw'r heddwas newydd.
The new copper is a woman. Mochyn newydd. 2 of 3. Llefrith.
Llefrith.
Llefrith.
Llefrith. Llaeth.
Llaeth.
Dwi'n yfed llaeth.
I am drinking milk.
Mae o'n yfed llefrith.
He is drinking milk.
Mae o'n licio coffi.
He likes coffee.
Smai.
Hi.
Siwmai, Megan dwi. Pwy dych chi?
Hi, I am Megan. Who are you? Dŵr.
Dŵr.
Llefrith.
Llefrith.
Symiau.
Symiau.
Yoga.
Yoga.
Saith.
Saith.
Mae o'n licio'r ci.
He likes the dog. O.
Shwmai. Celyn dy chi. Chi.
Hello.
Smai, Duolingo.
Hi. Duolingo.
Dyw'r ferch ddim yn licio'r tren porffor.
The girl does not like the purple train. Purple. That's Great Western livery. Yeah, I can understand that. They're shite.
Dyw hi ddim eisiau prynu llaeth heddiw.
She does not want to buy milk today.
Siwmai, draig dŵ I.
Hi, I am a dragon. Trogdor! Smai megan.
Smai.
Dach. Chi'n mynd i'r cinema.
Cinema.
Heno.
Heno.
Dw i'n yfed llefrith. Okay, we have leveled up, and it is, okay, 941. So still, wow, I am still way behind first place, but I am in second. But people in Ruby League just, it seems like they just do nothing but bloody Duolingo. Okay, but we did 833 XP today. We're just short of a 30-day streak. And today, just to recap, we've done Welsh, we've done Norwegian, done Hindi, Ukrainian, Latin, Irish, Vietnamese, Turkish, Danish, and Korean. And we will be back tomorrow. And if I feel like it, maybe even midnight tonight. Thank you to everybody who's been watching. Thanks to everyone who's watching this later on YouTube. And have a good evening. I'm going to go and pick up tomatoes.